Caitlin Clark said, "No layups in my house," and sent Angel Reese flying like it was a Southwest commercial. That flop had Academy Award winner written all over it. But the refs really looked at that and said, "Yep, that's definitely murder," and gave Caitlin a flagrant like she pulled a knife out mid-play. And Angel tried to run up on her and said, "You're crazy as fuck, what the fuck are you doing?" And Caitlin's all like, "This is just basketball. It's either a layup or free throws. Pick one."
It's just a good take foul, you know? If either Angel gets wide open 2 points or, we send him to the free throw line. Nothing malicious about it. It's just a good take foul. Every basketball player knows that.
And just like that, Caitlin Clark dropped a triple-double, won by 35.
Angel Reese benched on national TV and no, this wasn't a timeout. This was the kind of benching that makes you stare at the coach like, wait, really? But Angel didn't get quiet. She turned the moment into pure fire. Reporters were caught off guard, fans were left speechless, and even the water bottles looked uneasy. This wasn't a tantrum, it was a bold, fearless clapback. A statement dressed in confidence and sparkle. And what she did next? Oh, you're not ready for it?
Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever is currently putting the beats on the Chicago Sky. And I'm telling you right now, Angel Reese is furious because she wants to make it her business to beat Caitlin Clark this year. And I'm telling you right now,
Angel Reese didn't just get subbed out, she got benched hard on national TV. And no, this wasn't a tactical switch or a quick breather. This was the basketball version of being told, sit down and rethink everything. But don't mistake it for just another sideline shuffle. No, this was a spectacle. A moment so loud, so perfectly timed, it felt like the sports gods themselves were watching with popcorn in hand, enjoying their favorite drama series, Real Housewives, NCAA edition.
Black and white sports supporters, well, I told you guys there would be a follow-up video on the nuclear fallout. That's exactly what it's been. Over the take foul, as Caitlin Clark is calling it, and that's a great way to say it. It was a take foul. She was trying to prevent a wide-open layup, although one could argue that she might have missed it anyway, on Angel Reese, and then Angel Reese went absolutely, utterly berserk.
So what sparked the fall of Queen Ree? Just a little something called pure, unfiltered rage, the kind that hits like a Marvel villain going off script, and the trigger, none other than Caitlin Clark. Yep, that Caitlin Clark, the human, long-range missile whose threes could orbit Saturn. All she did was commit a basic foul. Not a tech, not a flagrant, just a routine. Whistle-worthy bump, one of those fouls you see 16 times a quarter when the game turns into a blur of flying, elbows, and burning ankles.
Got this little white girl and Caitlin Clark out here busting that flat out, bro. Triple dub. And I don't want to hear none of that stat padding stuff, bro. She had a triple double, and that's just the facts, man. That's just the facts. So I see a lot of people saying, oh, she fouled her hard, bro. It was a malicious play. Man, that wasn't no malicious play. This is a malicious play. Check it out. What y'all gonna say?
But Angel Reese, she didn't just respond, she erupted. If the arena had smoke detectors, the fourth quarter would have been relocated to the parking lot. And let's be real, this wasn't your classic competitive fire or mutual respect moment. This wasn't two elite players sharpening each other. Nope. This was raw hostility served with a side of, I hope your laces snap on a fast break. The glare Angel shot Caitlin could have melted concrete, and the vibe she brought, it made Godzilla vs. Kong look like a calm afternoon at Mr. Rogers' house.
We need to talk about the hard foul. Caitlin Clark fouls Angel Reese while going up for a layup. People are making a big deal out of this, and me, I'm looking at it like, look, it was just a hard foul. I don't even think it was flagrant. The only thing that was flagrant was Angel Reese's response, right? How she responded to the hard foul. And obviously you can see there's still a little hate. There's still a little hate out there. But I'm gonna say this, WNBA, lean in on this. Lean in on.
But here's where it really popped off. Reese didn't settle for icy glares from across the court. Nope, she marched straight toward Caitlin, like she was signing up for Survivor, Basketball Beef Edition. Her body language, loud and clear. I've got time, and I'm not letting this slide. You could almost hear the courtside commentators pause mid-chew, popcorn halfway to their mouths, trying to process what was unfolding.
Basketball player, refs got it right. Go on.
And Caitlin. Let's just say she had that stunned, wide-eyed look, like someone who got tackled during a spelling bee, and isn't sure what language is being spoken. Because honestly, she didn't do much, unless simply existing now counts as instigation. Sure, she committed a foul, but Angel reacted like Caitlyn, insulted her shot, her playlist, and her grandma in one sentence. Then came the benching, and not just any benching, the kind where the coach avoids eye contact. Like, yeah, you're sitting. I'm not even starting this conversation. The crowd flipped from electric to awkward in seconds. Angel didn't argue. And that was the wildest part. She sat down quietly with that deep, slow burn fury you usually see when someone's told they can't bring their own snacks into the theater. Then the internet did what it does. Best detonated, Twitter turned into a war zone. Angel's fans were split between she's just fiery and what in the pro wrestling just happened. Meanwhile, Caitlyn's supporters were cranking out memes faster than Angel hit the bench. Suddenly, your feed looked like a chaotic crossover between First Take and Maury.
Walk me through your perspective on the flagrant foul. What was the point you were trying to make to her?
It's just a good take foul, you know. If either Angel gets wide open 2 points, or we send him to the free throw line. Nothing malicious about it. It's just a take foul. Every basketball player knows that.
And Angel's reaction: buckle all the way up. There was no apology, no walking it back. She went all in like a freight train in heels, with the volume turned up to jackhammer level. Angel didn't just send a message, she practically aired a vendetta. This wasn't a rivalry. This was personal. If she's got a dartboard at home, we all know who's on the bullseye. You could see it in her stance, in her glare, in the way she answered questions like a hurricane packed into human form. This wasn't competitive edge. This was a one-woman war. If looks counted as fouls, Caitlyn would have racked up 6 in a tech before warm-ups even ended. Clip 8, and the fallout. Oh, it's coming. The NCAA might talk about sportsmanship in class, but you know they've watched that clip a dozen times, like it's the teaser trailer for their next PR nightmare. You can't blow up on national TV, try to verbally vaporize your opponent, and expect a handshake and a sports drink. This isn't the 90s now. Angel Reese is in serious hot water boiling, pressurized PR disaster level hot. Somewhere, a room full of NCAA officials in khakis are nervously scrolling Google for ways to issue a punishment. Without tanking the March Madness ratings,
sugarcoating this is pure hate. Pure hatred for that white girl in India. Excuse me. I need to specify. Sorry. The one that wears 22 in Indiana.
Her coach. He looked like a man suddenly realizing that managing Angel Reese might require a background in conflict mediation and maybe a side hustle in daycare management. The post-game press conference. Awkward doesn't even cover it. He gave the crowd a few strained smiles, sighed like he was aging in real time, and finally dropped the go-to line. We'll handle it internally. Translation: I have no clue what she's going to do next, and I'm hoping the league steps in before I have to. Meanwhile, fans were spiraling. Half were defending her with, she's just passionate, while the other half were genuinely typing, can side-eye get you ejected, into their search bars, and the rest. Oh, they were just here for the spectacle snacks, in hand watching the WNBA morph into a high drama series, hosted by hoopers in high tops. Let's not kid ourselves, this wasn't Angel Reese's first emotional roller coaster. She's been lighting up courts with soap opera-level theatrics since her NCAA days. She doesn't just play with fire, she plays like someone read her private journal out loud on the Jumbotron. But last night, that was different. That was DEFCON 1 in braids. That was WWE-level chaos disguised as basketball. She stormed the floor like someone spoiled the finale of her favorite show. And no, this wasn't just heat of intensity.